Hello, everybody. It's Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen. Welcome back to my channel. Let's see who will join me today. My glasses are so foggy. Mm, mm, mm. Guess I'm going to be on my live by myself. Mm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. I see some lurkers, but no one has joined to say hello. I am working on my cocoon cardigan. Hey, Crystal, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Hey, Melanie, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Hope you ladies did a thumbs up. I'm working on my cocoon cardigan. What are you all working on? Your dog started barking. Oh my goodness. Decorating these tiresome dolls. I thought you had a whole lot of them already finished. How many have you finished? I have a long way to go for this cardigan. And I don't even know where my navy yarn is. Yes, but now they all need their earrings, necklaces, and other decoration. Oh, I have 3 dolls going. One of them is with one of Aniqua's, crochet alongs. I wasn't gonna sign up, but I was like, "Ah, let me sign up for this one," because the other ones I haven't signed up for. So I'm trying to stay on track of not buying, yarn, which I have failed this month. This month has been a big fail month for not buying yarn. And I had some of the yarn from her company, and I said, "Well, let me see how it works out. Since I already bought it, might as well make some use of it." And I know I have more than what I actually found, but I said, "I hope it gets this doll finished." Neighbors evidently can just let their pit pups just roam, but my dogs are an issue. Just going out to potty. Wow. What kind of dog do you have? Hey, Brianna, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. What are you working on? What's your weather like? It rained a lot yesterday. I was going to go to a Prince event in Boca, and I was putting on makeup, which I don't do very often. And I was like, "Is that rain?" And I stopped and I listened. I was like, "Oh man." As I said, I was not going to go if it was going to be raining because it was an outdoor event. So I don't know. They didn't post anything in the chat about it, so I don't know what the turnout was, and I don't know if it was raining their way, but it was raining. It didn't rain a long time, but it once it started raining, I was like, "Yeah, forget it." And then it rained a little bit more later, but just a little. That's all right. I saw Prince, the real Prince, so it'd be fun to go and see all the fans. It's a whole I don't even know how I found that group, but anyway, I found a Prince group. So then they started a chat on Messenger, or it was that on Instagram. Anywho, so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then when I saw that, because it was a free event, I was like, "Oh, this is summertime. I'll go. Hopefully, it won't rain." But sure enough, it started raining. No rain the whole day, and then it started raining. Hey Renee, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Hey Angela, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I hope you ladies did a thumbs up. Let me see. I signed up. I signed up for her candy girl doll. We'll do it later. I made too many dolls at one time now. I'm overwhelmed. I bet you are. And surprising for myself, I've actually kind of somewhat stayed on track because the head is done. I already put my face on. I didn't wait for her to do her face because she said flat eyes, and I don't have those flat eyes. I'm gonna use what I have. And then the body part, which I never liked that body part, but it's done. And now I'm doing the feet, and I already started one. So this one is for the feet and the arms. Let me see. A blue healer boxer mixed with a full-blooded boxer. Hmm. So your dog has to be about the same size as the pit bulls. Let's see. Yes, definitely. Well, next month is my birthday month. I won't be buying yarn, but I'll be spending money. Uh, Hey Ashley, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you did a thumbs up when you came in. What are you working on? What's your weather like? It's been extremely hot, much hotter than years past. Every year it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. Texas had a lot of, I won't say a lot, but I know a postman died from the heat. I was like, whoa. So stay hydrated. Keep your water near you. Even if you're in the house, stay hydrated. I don't even want to see what my electric bill will be for this month. It's probably gonna be way up there. The AC has to stay on. Let me see. Brianna says it's been raining here too. It hasn't been too bad, but we will have thunder and stuff with pretty clear sky. It's weird. Yep, we get that thunder too, rumbling, and it's like, okay, I hear the thunder, but what is that popping up? Lord, there's always something popping up. And then I heard a siren go off, which I was thinking, oh, I know, because of Quiet Waters Park. That's why the siren was going off. Because if there's lightning in the area, they have to sound that siren so people get out of the water and get to safety. I was like, what is that sound? Because I know when I used to volunteer for the Miami Dolphins, and they have the 7-on-7 event, and it was always a, um, a storm nearby. The sirens would go off, and then we have to sit and wait and wait. And I think you have to wait like 30 minutes where there's no lightning strikes in the area before you can resume play again, something like that. You and me are in the same boat. I've been waiting to show a sell for my biz. Then there's also going to be birthdays. Are you gonna? What are you gonna? Are you gonna do the sell at like a place, or how are you gonna do your sell? The heat is a killer. It sure is. And they saying hi to everybody. Oh no, I just saw a video of Grandma baking bread in her milk. What? Where is that? That's real hot. I know people like to put eggs on the cars and crazy stuff like that, but baking bread? Because I have an uncut male who's older and stupid. I don't know anything about dogs, so I don't even understand that. I just know not to, hopefully not to get bit by one. Oh, it was in Texas? Oh my goodness. Oh, Ashley, she's working on a bikini. Oh, is the bikini for you or for a customer? I have never done a bikini. I've looked at the videos and I've thought about it, but you have to have the, um, well, I guess because I do have cotton yarn, but the cotton yarn with some stretch to it. The Alizé cotton. That's what I see a lot of people that do bikinis. They use the Alizé cotton. Texas, 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 I tell you. Did anyone see Mikey's video, the one Mikey from Crochet Crowd. I think it's Crochet Crowd. And it's for, she says, hey, Melanie, and it's for a customer. Oh, okay. Getting their summer wear on. Mikey posted a video about his depression because of all of the negative stuff on social media. I felt so bad for him. It's so sad that I don't let any of this stuff bother me, because one thing I know, you can't please everybody, and I can't please everybody. So if you like me, you like me, and if you don't, you don't. So I let it go. I don't carry stuff. I don't let this social media stuff get me. If I don't like a comment, I just politely delete it or I ignore it. But apparently he has gotten a lot of nasty stuff related to his sexuality, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. People need to learn to live and let live. That is my motto. Mm. Alize has ombre yarn. I don't think I've ever seen the ombre yarn. I think I would like that too. Let me do this so I can, it's not so far away from me. I have seen many of these young crocheters just using the, ooh, really? They must do some real tight stitches. You can't let it. I was just talking about this last night. I know it's horrible how mean people are on social media. I post all the stuff about all the craziness that's going on with the government, and I definitely will say something negative about them. But people, you gotta let that go. I usually made from different stock. I just don't care what think about me on social media. Nope. Mm-mm-mm. Nope. You read all, that's one thing I learned when I started this channel. If you sit and read all that stuff, and people make, oh, I couldn't see your video, and they send you send you stuff about your video, and they send you stuff about, I didn't understand this and blah blah blah. I feel like there's a million crocheters out there. I'm sure they'll find another video with that same topic. It says social media can be a dangerous place for those who are dealing with. I know. You um, really have we not made it any further in society that bullying a person on their sexual preference? I know it. It's this. I watched that video. I was so sad for him. I was like, I can't. I just don't get it. Why people just don't let people be. Yeah, the bullies do love social media. Sadly, they do. Because they can say anything. Nobody knows who they are, where they are. Some of them use bots. It's crazy. Everybody is a critic. Where's your video? That's how I feel. I said, people, until you actually do a YouTube channel and have to put a video together, I know I made mistakes in the beginning and now. I know I made mistakes. My videos, I didn't even understand how to do a video when I first started doing this. I didn't know how to flip them. I learned all the trial and error, trial and error. Nobody taught me. Not like when I went to school to become a nurse. Somebody taught me that. But they got to do whatever they have to say. I was like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And some of these videos gonna be good and some of them aren't. I'm just gonna love it for myself. And the person, as they say, if someone watched it, whether they liked it or not, that goes towards me. So I just let it go. Because I'm not gonna be I was like, oh, I should read it. Nope. Took me enough to do what I did. Melanie says these keyboard critics are always out there. You have to know this though. If you put it out there, they will judge you. You have just let it go. Yeah. I don't please. And I watched what's his name? Nick Needham. I know Nick, his whole thing is for YouTubers to be better, to grow their channels and all this stuff. And this one video that he did, and he was talking, and somebody said, "What happened to just doing YouTube for the fun of doing YouTube?" I said, "Yeah, because now it's a job." I'm so fed up with the religious hoes, girl, getting involved with ooh, honey, you and me both have nothing against religion, but I do not when you use it uh, to bully others, and that's what they do. They don't. I say these quote unquote Christians. I don't know what God they go to church and I don't get it. I don't get it. And there's that's why a lot of they have a few organizations, women organizations that are um, faith based. I stay away from because we do not know the same God. Yes, I totally agree too. I'm still waiting. I separate. There's no separation of nothing now. They just passed a bill in Congress for the military. They are getting rid of the women's ability to go and have abortions in the military. They are getting rid of um, I want to say EEOC, but it's not EEOC, but it's where they have to, do put out equal opportunities to all people. And there was something else in that bill. And I'm like, these used to be clean bills. Now that they're in charge, nothing is clean anymore. They're holding up people's promotions in the military. I'm telling you, people stick their heads in the mud and say, "Oh, voting doesn't change anything." Oh, yes, it does. Y'all can see that. They are wolves in sheep's girl. You ain't said but a word. You ain't said but a word. Rihanna's getting worse with the yes, yes. And the young people, I tell my daughter all the time, you because she hears me going off on the deep end all the time. And I said, this is going to be your world. However, you all decide your world to be. If you sit on your duffs and don't go out and vote, and you let these people continue to stay in office, then this is the world. They are going to take away every single right that a person that is not, and if you're white on here, I'm saying I'm keeping it real and I'm getting off my soapbox. But if you're not white and straight, they taking it away. That's just my feeling. And that's what I see every day. Yes, and it's a little scary. It is very scary. When they disbanded Roe v. Wade, oh yes. Seeing that we were heading backwards. Listen, when they put people in the White House that was not qualified, I knew it was going backwards. And they pushed all those Supreme Court justices through. I knew we were going backwards. If they already abused women so much and hide it. Yes, that's their honey. I don't even know what to say. I say if you don't vote, don't complain. They're getting rid of affirmative. They've gotten rid of affirmative action. That was another thing that the justices did. And Supreme Wizard Justice Thomas, who has forgotten he's a black man in America. Ooh, child, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Ooh, yes, Brianna. Yes, Brianna. Ain't nothing fun about what's happening in this world. Hey, Jeanette of DIY Creations, how are you today? What are you up to? What are you working on? And I hope you had a thumbs up when you came in. I am white by society standards, but I agree with you. Okay. Oh, I was like, this is getting straight crazy. Straight crazy. The more we go back, the more everything that was they like in 2015, I think it was, they like gutted the Voting Rights Act because Justice oh, why can't I think of his name? The one that's in charge of supposedly in charge of the Supreme Court said, "Oh, we don't need this." I said, as long as there's black and white in America, every law that was put in place to make us citizens of this country, full-blooded citizens of this country, needs to stay in place. But no, they all going away. They all going away. Every single last one of them, bit by bit. And yes, Supreme Wizard Justice Thomas, yes, and he's already talked about the what's the one, I forgot what it's called, but where the gay people have the right to marry. He's already talking about that, so that's going to be out the window in a minute. Oh, Jeanette saying hi to everybody. I got music in my head. I watched the Billie Holiday. Ooh, Lord. I was so I can get sad about stuff that depressed me. I told my friend, I said, I don't ever have to watch that again. It was it was depressing of her life and how she was abused and how the men in her life used and abused her and how the government was after her because of that song. And they knew she was a heroin addict, so they used that against her to get her. They they had her cuffed to her bed on her deathbed. I was like, I can't. I can never watch that again. It is ingrained in my head now. Hey there, Lori. How are you today? Just sat down, busy getting ready for a quick road trip with a friend. Ooh, where you going, girl? I wish I can go on a road trip. I'm about to be voting for everything, every little things. Yes, yes, yes. Because if you don't vote, people people think that the president runs the show. No, he runs the government. Stuff at your local level, that's what really affects you. Because if this governor we have in Florida, child, and if he becomes president, I'm telling you all now, do not vote for that idiot. As I get shut down on YouTube. Uncle Ruckus, Clarence Thomas, girl. I think I missed you. Hey there. Oh, let me see. I feel like my generation fought so hard to get equal rights for color, sexuality, and gender just for it to bite us in the ass. And yeah, it makes me so mad. I know. It's like we have just gone completely backwards. And I don't get it. It's like they are afraid of becoming a minority. And as I've said, you might be the minority. Listen, the white people in South Africa were the minority, but they were still in charge. Just like the white people in America will be the minority because everybody is mixed. The races are all mixing, and it won't be no quote unquote pure white. I don't know what the Klan people think, or the alt right, or whatever they call themselves. But America is a melting. It's always been a melting pot, and you have to. I don't get it. I don't. I like learning about new people. I love going to restaurants with different food. I like being entertained from different countries and stuff that, you know, that's America. That's we should be, seeing the good but everything is really focused on. It's not the other people, it's the all of these black people want some rights. And did you all hear one congressman used colored while he was speaking on the House of Representatives floor? Mm, 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 mm. Don't tell me there ain't no racism up there. Anyone who should watch. I saw it. I watched it on the 19th when it was on Hulu when it first aired, and then I watched it when it came on local television. I was like, "Ooh, they gonna put this on local TV?" Now I won't say local. They put it on ABC. I was like, "ABC is gonna air this?" Yes. If you want to know some stuff, yes, that is that is so eye opening. I bought the book because she was a teacher. I want to say at Duke, one of those big universities, and they booted her. I said, "Woo, St. Louis just one night." Oh yes. Wait a minute. No, I'm thinking about Miami. Miami. One night in Miami or something like that. That's what I'm thinking of. Not Rhonda. Yes, do not vote for Rhonda. I always crack up when I hear people say "Ah, Congress is more important." No, no, no. Your local, like in Florida, this so-called Rhonda governor of ours removed the county that I live in is a majority Democratic county, and they had some problems in the school board. He removed, I want to say, three school board people and put in place some other people that he wanted as the school board people. They politely fired the superintendent. Then she fought, and then they let her stay on for 60 days or some foolishness like that. And now they have put some other man in place. I was like, child, crookedness. Nope. I would never run for anybody's office. There's too much BS. Mm-mm. Yes, he is. And he became governor. Uh, I still like we have to find somebody else to run for governor. I, that this and he bulldozed his way through, and he pushed all of the people. You have that group that's following the orange idiot, and then you have this group that's following him, and he's got the super majority in the House. So when he decided he wanted to be president, he pushed through a bill because he had to tell them what he wanted. Pushed through a bill that he could still run for president, and if he doesn't make it as president, he can come right back on in and be our governor. That was never a choice before. I read somewhere that said the disbanding of Roe v. Wade was a last-ditch effort to gain majority in the white race and keep a word. Oh my God! I believe it. It is the most ridiculous. I kept saying, I'll never forget. Brianna, your daddy told me this. I was like, I don't understand why they so against abortion, and he said it to me, to keep the white race because they are losing their majority. He told me. I was like, what? That's why. So I learned that. She was a reporter for the New York Times. Okay, yeah, yeah. She was up there. But the Duke was when I think it's when she did the 1619 project. They did booted her. Crazy. Hey Diane, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. And I hope you had a thumbs up when you came in. What are you working on? What's your weather like? I've been on my soapbox of I'm off of it now. Oh no, not my dad. Your father is full of wisdom. But it's just I can't stand how backwards we're going. Nobody can be happy in the state of Florida. If you are a minority in the state of Florida and you are not a Republican, there is nothing good for you happening here. So you all tell your friends, don't vote for Rhonda. If he happens to beat out the orange idiot. You think it's bad now? Mm-mm-mm. So many of them in Congress should have been gone so long ago, but their constituents keep voting them right on in. Nobody wanted anything done until they got the majority in the House. Now they putting all kinds of foolishness in. All kinds. So sad. Nothing is too hot to do anything. Yeah, I'm working on this cocoon cardigan, and yeah, this acrylic yarn is hot. Oof. They said in the Keys the water was in the 90s. I have never gone to the beach and the water was warm. Not like that. That's hot. That's like being in a sauna because it feels like over 100 degrees, and then you go into that water and it's warm too. That is not a good day at the beach. And they're really concerned because that water being warm like that is going to kill off the reefs. They had a lady that actually stole reef. They went into, I guess it's a pet store or wherever. Yeah, went in there and put her hand right into the aquarium and took the reefs out. And the reef, that stuff is expensive. I was shocked. Because I grew up in an improvised. I grew up in and improvised and riding a donkey since I learned. Woo, auntie. Mm. That's what you gotta do. Gotta learn. Gotta learn. I am not the follower of, I mean, even I said if a Democrat was like some of these, I wouldn't vote for them because it'd be like scary to see somebody that I would think had some sense to be doing all this kind of crazy. It's like let people be. Don't you want to make the country better? Don't you want to make it more welcoming? Nope. One of our new teachers came from neighboring county. She started looking for a new job when she got the list of books her school for. Oh, wow. That's another thing. When I watch The View, I haven't bought every book that they've shown on the ban list, but I bought a few of them. As I think it's ridiculous. Let these, I said, in the state of Florida, these kids are going to be the dumbest children if they leave the state of Florida to go to college in a progressive state because they're not going to know their history if they're black. They're not going to know their history if they're white because all history is American history. But all of this, this slavery didn't happen in Africa. It happened in America. So if you don't want these kids to learn about this stuff and learn anything, like if you take Black history out of these schools, then you take people that invented things out of the schools. You take a lot. It's the most absurd thing. And when you take books from kids, to me, if their parents aren't providing them this information, children spend from, let's say, kindergarten to 12th grade. That's 90% of their lives right there because the other 10% is summer school, or I mean summertime, but the rest of the time they're in school. So you want to take all this information from them and just teach them what? That's what I don't get. Teach them what? When my friend and I went on that cruise, we met a lady that used to be, she was a teacher for 15 years, and she left because of the crazy crap they're doing up in Tallahassee. She's like, nope, I just can't. And she, guess what she went to? Immigrations. Now she works for immigration. I was like, it is so sad. So sad. After she packed up, and she said there was little left on her shelf. She felt sick to her stomach. I believe it. I believe it. I cannot even imagine being a teacher now in this environment. And then this critical race theory. And it's like, what irritates me is they're so stupid. They just follow this BS. And every attorney that I've ever heard talk about critical race theory says it's only taught in law school. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. This is already one of the dumbest things. Yes, it is. Yeah, and I'm a product of that. When I went into the Army and then I started doing courses through the University of Maryland, that's when I really learned how to speak better, write better, um, put words together. I said sometimes you just have to get out of these states. You just gotta go because they don't offer you nothing. Girl, I was helping her move. Her van was full. Oh my goodness. That is so sad. That is so friggin' sad. It was all the banned books. Damn. What? Ooh, Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. They have never taught accurate history. They have never taught accurate history here in the South until you enter college anyways, unless you had a teacher willing to teach out of the books. I know it. I was watching 60 Minutes one day, and they were talking about the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. There was a young man. He said he grew up in Tulsa. He did not learn about that massacre until he went to college. There is something wrong with this system. Really wrong. Really wrong. And then they pressed uh, I think it was on a different 60 Minutes, but they pressed the mayor, I think, of Tulsa about, there are two or three um, living people that were alive during the Tulsa massacre. They were children. They're all over 100 years old. One of them is like 109 years. I mean, very old. And they tried to get reparations for that. They're gonna die. They already said no. I said you can't give somebody that's over 100 years old that you know is gonna die anyway. You can't give them anything, nothing back. Child, let me stop. They are suing teachers now because many are just quitting before the school year is done. We have a teacher shortage already, so that's why before they didn't care. I know it. And Florida has a huge teacher shortage as well. And these kids are very angry. They have fights all the time. It's such a sad thing to see how these kids. Oh, I don't know. There's really no happy place with the schools now. I don't get it. I remember when somebody read from a book from Georgia how they described the quote unquote slaves frolicking in the yard playing with the kids. I was like, those children were out there picking that cotton with their mom and daddy. They wasn't playing. I, just irritates me when I see BS like that. And this is what was taught to these children. I said, if you don't go deeper and learn more, you will be just as dumb as the rest of them. Just suck it up and move on with your life. I know a lot of teachers they have a shortage of teachers. They have a shortage of school bus drivers. Last year, at the beginning of the school year, they had children in the school buses sitting on the floor. They had that many children in the school bus because they didn't have enough school bus drivers. This man that came in, I hope he's ready for it because he got a big job ahead of him. People who are banning books don't want their kids to be educated. I know higher education is liberal brainwashing in there. I know it. I just shake my head. I thank God every day my daughter's not in school anymore because I would be up there. They probably have me on the news cussing somebody out. They threaten to take your teaching credential and charge you a fine. Some quit because they have abused physically or verbally by parents. Oh yeah, I believe that because these kids have no fear. They don't respect. When I was in school, we were just as afraid of the teachers as we were of our parents because they were people in authority. Now these kids talk to these teachers like they friends and nope. There's a blurred line now, real blurred. Never learned about Toastmasters till I started taking an interest in it. Ooh, accurate history was just taught. There was a Black Wall Street. Never what happened. They had the same event in, I want to say, is it Rosewood, Florida? Same thing. Same thing. Torched the place. So far, our school district is not banning books, of course. We are urban. In the capital city, 2/3 students of color and 80%. Ooh, very low income with a black woman superintendent. Oh yeah. So she like, we gonna teach ours whatever we can. But I thought the book banning was like across the board for the, oh, because it's a different superintendent, maybe. I don't know. Between the censorship and violence, I pray for kids. I do too. Because when I see these kids beating up on each other, and when I see them beating up on the teachers, I'm like, ooh, child, that's scary. Lori Anderson, you are 100% correct. It's crazy how these, it's like, how did we get here? People just, like I said, when you don't vote, you get what the other people voted for. And people want to complain, but it's too late then. People don't think voting matters. And our governor, they passed a law that unless it was murder or rape or something like that, I forgot how they determined. But if you had some little petty crime and if you went to prison for something that wasn't murder or rape, I think you were entitled to get your voting rights back. What did they do? They decided, oh no, you can't have your voting rights back until you pay all of your fines. That was their way of not giving people their voting rights back. And they, um, Oliver, something Oliver, whatever his name is, he did a show and he was showing how people would go to the governor, plead their case, and he'd say no. And this was when Christ was the governor. Then I saw something with the other idiot that was the governor. What's his name? He's the senator now. Oh, Tricky Ricky. Same thing. Now we got Rhonda up there. Same thing. People die before they ever get their voting rights back in the state of Florida. And the one thing I can give LeBron James, because he's not my favorite player of anything. I'm not a basketball fan. He's all right. But he and a few other people put monies together to pay people's fines so they could get their voting rights back. Then they put the fear in people, arrested people talking about they voted illegally, even though they're on the voting roll. Voted it, child, this state with Rhonda. It's local school boards doing the banning. Oh, it's the local school board. And in Miami, it only has to be one person. She did not want the girl that did the poem for the inauguration. Her book was banned. A book of poems were banned. I said, "Woo, these people are straight crazy, straight crazy." I don't get it. I don't understand it. Some northern states aren't seeing these crazy laws. In fact, some are becoming safe states against these crazy laws. Yeah, that's because a lot of the northern states, even though they still have their own issues, but it's crazy. It's very, very. It's. I said, who knew people could hate for no, absolutely no reason. You want to take people's rights away because of the color of their skin or their sexual orientation. I don't get that. I just don't. Mm. People of color and low income people outnumber white people and wealthy people. This is why all the voting laws nonsense is happening. Yeah. No, we don't outnumber them yet. They are still um they're still 80%. This country is still 80% white because Black people only make up 13% of this population. And then you have the Native Americans and Hispanics and the Asians, and they probably make up whatever percentage. So they're still the majority. Every year, every time a baby is born, of mixed race, it dwindles some, but they are still, you all are, Lori, you all are still the majority in this country, but they want to make sure they never lose that majority. And I never realized that there was such a, and it's probably because I'm in the South and I see Black people all the time. But when my friend and I went to Minnesota, that was an eye opener for me. I was like, "Woo, so there's only a handful of us around here." So when you go from the coast, the East Coast and the West Coast, you go into the middle of the country. Mm-mm, we are few, far, and in between. I When we had our class reunion, um, I don't know, was it in 2019? I don't know when it was, but one of the people that I went to school with, he lives in Wyoming, I think he said. I'm like, I can't even. I There's nothing about going into the middle, Wyoming, South, North Dakota. Um, I just can't see myself moving there. Mm-mm. It gotta be a real good job to get me from my comfort zone of at least feeling like I know some people and I might be able to find somebody to do my hair. I don't know. I live in Tennessee with stupid no drag. I know. Oh my God. Billy, when he himself has, yeah, I saw that and it was in his yearbook. Yeah, it's just nonsense, straight nonsense. Let me see. Hey, ladies, get your Shein craft orders in soon before they get rid of. Why would they get rid of that? I don't know anything about that company, but why would they get rid of it? We are getting dangerously close to outnumbering. They want to curb that instead of dealing with maybe global warming. I know it. I don't know how. I mean, how I have to look because I think I know for sure we haven't gone anywhere. We should be the ones upset because we are becoming the minority of our own race. I'm going to be a dinosaur. Oh, y'all down some. We still at there. It says white alone percent is 75.5. Black or African American alone is 13.6. American Indian is 1.3. Asian is 6.3. Where the native? I mean, where the Oh, they don't even put um. Wait a minute. Maybe there's more. Oh, it's got to be more. It's like, where's the Nah, that's too much more. Okay, here we go. I wanted to know the Hispanic. Okay, white is 75, black 13.6, Native American Indian, Alaska. Oh, they put the Alaskans with it. Okay. American Indian and Alaska Native alone is 1.3. Asian alone is 6.3. Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islander is zero point 0.3. Two or more races percent is 3%. Hispanic is 19. Hispanic is more than us? That's crazy. White alone, not Hispanic or Latino, is 58.9%. So wait a minute. So what's the first one then? Why is there two? White alone, not Hispanic or Latino percent. That don't make sense. So anybody tally that up? There are 50.4% females. Person 65 and over is 17.3%. Persons under 18 years is 21.7%. Persons under 5 years is 5.6%. Total population as of 2020 is 331 million plus. Hmm, I was close. No, they're scared for no reason at all. Maybe in Florida, your crazy governor did some type of state level ban, but here it's been left in the local hands. Yeah, it comes from Tallahassee. These book bans come from Tallahassee because he want to be in charge of everything. You know, I say my wish for people like him is one of his children marry a black person or Hispanic or somebody that, because, let's mix up that breed. But he would not allow that. His kids would be that's why they got rid of affirmative action so they can keep black people out of Harvard and Yale and Princeton and all the Ivy League schools. That's exactly why they did that. Lori, we don't claim Rhonda. No, we don't. Not at all. I'm talking global status of global status of population. Oh yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Because Europe, mm, mm, well, they don't care about the global. They care about what's right here in America. She ain't got hit with a RICO charge. What? They have tons of shell companies and steel designs regularly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I did not know about that. That's crazy. I have to ask my friend if she knows about that. Because she was talking about Sheen. I was like, I've never ordered from them. I think they are violating labor laws and other things. They gave a tour to some influencers and they saw some things. I may be wrong. Did anybody watch that Hulu? I think it was on Hulu about the influencers. It was crazy. I am not 100% white alone. I am eighth Mongolian Asian, but I do the census. But I don't do the census anymore. Oh, you don't? The whole thing about the census is supposed to bring more monies into the areas for the people, but no, it don't. That one drop rule is gonna come around and bite them. It sure is. I remember when they've always been against gay people, and we had some congressperson from Florida, and he was the big rah rah rah, and sure enough, he got caught with his pants down with a dude. So it's ridiculous. Hey Regina, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I hope you did a thumbs up. What are you working on? What's your weather like? Melanie laughed. It's crazy. You can answer a question from me, Gigi. As immigrants went back to work. Not as far as I know. A whole lot of them leaving, and I would leave too if I was. Yeah, I'm here. because a lot of construction happens in Florida. Whole lot of what's the word, agriculture. But now they have passed a law that if someone, first of all, just because I'm Mexican, even if I have an accent, that doesn't automatically mean I'm here illegally. I could be here on a visa. I could be here for education, whatever. If you go into the hospital, they are now required to ask you your immigration status. So I said, if I get sick, if I'm not real sick, and if I'm of right mind, I'm going to go in there with a Jamaican accent just to see. I think it's the most absurd thing that they have. Rhonda is on I'm praying every single day that he does not win the nomination and he brings his raggedy behind here and gets voted out, because I don't know if he can do, I don't know if they can do 3 terms as governor in Florida, but I don't know how many terms. I have to look that up. But if he only can do 2, then this is his last friggin' term. They need to put somebody else in office that has a heart, because I'm sick of the Tin Man. Saying hi to Regina. Oh yeah, Sheen is a big Steeler Designs. I see it all the time. I can't lie though. I do buy their craft supplies and earrings. I have never even gone to that site. It pops up all the time. I never even looked at it. I was my postman. I had already seen him come and drop off, and I went to pick up. I went to pick up my daughter from work, and I came back, and he's in front of us again. I'm like, and he was driving really fast. I was like, why is he driving so fast in that little rinky-dink postman truck? He came back around to our street, and I said, oh, he forgot to drop something off. And when he got out, he had the orange bag. I said, oh, it was my next door neighbor. I said, oh, she getting her Timu order. I said he was driving fast. It must have been the end. He probably looked back and said, damn it, I had to go back. And they will always have access to what they want to. They're empowered. But the rest of us regular folk will be oppressed. Yes, ma'am. Like they say, their daughters and mistresses got no more. Let me see. Mistresses get the no more baby proceed. Yes, they do. Money talks, people walk. All of these doctors are scared of what's going to happen to them if they did something and if they lose their license and stuff. I was like, y'all crazy. It's so sad. I've been sick for a week, so I haven't done much. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Let me see. Both of y'all on that Sheen. Well, I'm shopped out right now, so I'm not gonna even worry about it. When they shut down, they shut down. I'm so sick of all of this. But with the immigrants, workers, he cut off his nose, his face. Oh, what gets me is, how did all of these construction companies allow him to do that? They just like rolled over and said, "Okay, we're gonna play dead," because they know they get all of these day laborers are. When I used to drive to an office, all those day laborers standing at a gas station waiting for somebody to pick them up to do whatever they need to do for the day and drop them back off. I said, I don't know. They have plenty of land in South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming. What's the other state that's in that area? All them states that's got like 10,000 people in the whole state, because nobody wants to live there but them. They have plenty of room for all these people that want to come to America. Just my few, but they never gonna let it happen. They are he didn't have enough sense to realize how much they do, says a lot. Oh, he gonna feel it. He It's like he's fighting with Mickey Mouse. Who fights with Mickey Mouse? Mickey ain't did nothing to nobody. I'm a team order also, can't help it. Their prices are way cheaper for crafting than I bought the only thing I bought crafting wise was that quote unquote um what do you call it? Glow in the dark yarn, which really doesn't glow in the dark. Um so that was the um I bought a cute necklace. I don't even know where the necklace is because it tarnished and I only wore it once, which I figured it probably would, but I didn't think it was going to be that fast. But it was such a cute necklace. It has a purple stone in it, but I have absolutely no clue where that necklace is right now. And then there was another necklace that I bought. I was going to give it to my mom, but the chain was too short, and I was like, she's not going to wear this. Chain's too short. But I'm glad I didn't give it to her because if the one I had tarnished, that one's going to tarnish too. Um, but I looked at their. I don't know. I guess. Oh, I bought one pair of earrings because I've always wanted the moons and the stars earrings, and I wore them once, and so far they still look like they're gonna hold up. But my necklaces, I was so mad. I try not to buy from Shein, but I just got my birthday dress from another place we are supposed to be boycotting. Is that other place Timu? I am a low buy year right. I am on a low buy year right now, so I'm not using any of those cheap stuff sites. Yeah, they get. I haven't watched it. The What's her name? Oh, I never. It's amazing. I can't. Not the Triple C Dana, but the other Triple C. She did several Timu hauls. Several. She even bought shoes. Those weird looking shoes. I don't even know what those shoes are. They look like they're from outer space. But I haven't seen a whole bunch of hauls since then. Yes, the Disney keeps shooting the bird. Let's say, oh yeah, and go bigger each time. He says, you better not. I know it. I said, Disney is the only company in this state that has the majority of employees. And he wants to mess with them because they have Gay Pride Month or whatever, they have events in June, Pride Week, month, day. I don't know, they do something there. And that's his issue with them. I said, this man needs to get a life. I think he's an undercover in the closet. I think he's in the closet. I get beads, buttons, and other things for the dolls. I can't resist buying things that are under $1, $2. But what's the shipping for them? I don't know. I'm not even gonna look at it. Bye, Angela. Thanks for coming by. Let me see. Look. No, not T-Move. People have been endorsing them, but hating Shein confused me. I don't know anything about Shein. Let me see. I have to buy as many supplies before I retire. Oh yeah, because when your income changes, I did a class with Chuck. I say Chuck, but Charles Schwab. I say Chuck because that's what they used when they used to do the commercials. They say Chuck. But I did um, retirement 10 years or less, and I'm way less than 10 years now. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, I got 5.5 years. I got to get it together. So now that you said that, I'm rethinking this yarn thing. Cause I said, oh, I got too much yarn. please. If I am successful in retiring in 5.5 years, I'm gonna need this yarn because my income gonna get cut in half. That's a scary thought. And there's so much stuff I need to do to the house. I just don't have the income for that. And you gotta have a house. Man, I just shake my head. I'm like, oh, I really want to get new windows, but I have like 13 or 14 windows, and that's a huge, huge cost. That's like buying another house. Yeah, when you retire, you definitely have to take into account your whole income and what you're gonna be able to do. Oh, is that what they're called? They are ugly. They look like those ugly shoes that what's that rapper's name? Kanye. They look like those ugly shoes. Saying bye to Angela. Saying bye to Angela. I have said that, but I said he was so avidly against trans folks because he found himself attracted to a trans woman and scared. I, I bet you. I was watching Dr. Phil did because everybody's up in arms about this really tall trans woman that is a swimmer, and she won like one race, and they were all saying she shouldn't have been allowed to participate and all this other stuff like that. And I get it because yes, if a boy goes into puberty, yeah, his testosterone level has gone up and he's stronger, bigger, all this other stuff, and he's not a girl, even though he transitions as a man into a woman or whatever. But there was a guy on there. I didn't even catch that he was, I thought he was just speaking on behalf of, supporting the trans community. Then they talked about him, and he used to be a girl. I would have. Sometimes you look at him, and he's like, okay, yeah, he used to be a dude, or she used to be a girl, or he used to be a girl. And you can him. I would have never ever. His voice is because sometimes they still have that girly voice. I would have never guessed that man used to be a girl. See, that could have been his problem. He ran up on one of them chicks because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. A portion of 19 was about Amazon labor organization. It has me feeling all sorts of guilt about using it. I feel guilt too. I do, but I still order from Mr. Amazon. Probably will always order from Mr. Amazon because I'm gonna get what I get and it's gonna come straight to my house. But there is so much wrong with so many companies. When I my previous job, we had the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Alabama contract, and a lot of the employees worked for Wally World. And when I say Wally World don't take good care of their people, that place made me feel some kinds of ways about going shopping there after working at my previous job, just listening to these people. I'm like, y'all get so much money from people. You all have to be the biggest retail store in America. They have to be. But those employees that we interact with, I don't even go to Walmart that often anymore because they have basically made it a self-checkout facility. And I refuse to go to them self-checkout facilities because, as I tell my daughter, every one of those self-checkouts used to be a human being checking you out. Now they use the computers. Now they don't need the humans. That affects the job in America. So when I go to Target, I go to Walmart, I don't go to them. If I go into the pharmacy's place to pick up medicines or whatever's in that area, toothpaste or whatever, I go right on over to that woman at that register and check out. They don't like it. I don't care. I don't know. That's the same thing with ATMs. That's why when you go into a bank, people don't even go into banks now unless they have to have some documentation or something. People don't go in banks. Now, I would say if you're in a populated area like I'm in, the ATMs are, and people talked about when ATMs started, how people would be losing jobs. Now they went from ATM. I went into McDonald's a few years ago. I said, "Oh, let me go in here quick and get something to eat because I was doing something and I was hungry." And I walked in and they had this kiosk thing. I was like, "What the hell is this?" The lady says, "You need help?" I was like, yeah." I did not know that that was in McDonald's now. That's because I don't go in those places that often. So, yeah, we're gonna feel guilty, but they in charge. They have the money. We suck. We until we become an Amazon or a Walmart or Target or whatever. Target I like, but Target got bullied too. They pulled all of their rainbow stuff out of it off the shelves because of the bullying, people walking in. It's like, how can you just walk into somebody's store with all that foolishness and they don't call the police? And they were like, "Oh, we were concerned about our employees." Call the damn police. That's what they're there for. Oh, anywho, let me get off my soapbox. The shipping is free if you buy a certain amount, like 50. I'm not spending that kind of money right now. You will get so much though. I don't regret my decisions. All right, yeah, and I'm not gonna get suckered in. Yes, yeah, that's what I thought too. Oh, Yeezys. Oh yeah, Yeezys, yeah. Yeah. That's what they look like, the ugly shoes that he made. Hey Elizabeth, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Hope everyone is well. I am good. How are you? Hope you had a thumbs up. What are you working on? What's your weather like? And do you have guilt of purchasing from certain places? But nobody is talking about first trans man that won their first fight MMA. Ooh, who's that? Hmm. You know, I have some random thoughts, and I was thinking, um, if anybody ever watched Wendy Williams, the guy that used to do the when she did the Hot Topics, Norman, well, he does this little Instagram thing. He started an Instagram thing where he does these little short snippets about celebrities and stuff. And he was talking about how many people were getting divorced. And he talked about who's the guy that live in La Vita Loco? Ricky Martin. I think it's Ricky Martin and his man are getting divorced. And he talked about another gay couple that was getting divorced. And I was thinking to myself, weird, I'm telling you, weird random thought. Who was the first interracial couple that got divorced? I don't even know why they came to my mind because I remember the was it the Lovings, I think that was their name. It was an interracial couple. That's how um, that became law. But I always thought, who was like the first interracial couple that got divorced? I mean, those are things I just random thought. That man had good access to healthcare, so his transition was very successful. Oh, yeah, they don't want people in the military to have access. Maybe that was the other thing that was. There were three things that they put into that bill, and that must have been maybe that was the third one that they could not have access to transition in the military. Yes, so many of these companies treat their workers like trash or have bad practices in general. Yeah, they do. They're gonna keep that money in their pocket. I said, Crayola crayon, whoever their heirs are, will never be poor ever. The Waltons of Walmart never be poor. Never. Yeah, I got it. I try not to order from Amazon, but the truth is, most wealth goes to three main companies if you follow the money: Vanguard, Rockefeller, and one other. It's all the money. All the shows now are reruns, but I catch a few of Dr. Phil's show, and they were talking about the housing, black people trying to, buy houses and stuff like that. And I was shocked when he said 97% of the, um, is it not the mortgage, oh geez, now I can't remember what their title are, but it's 97% of them are white. Um, oh, is it the loan officers or is it no, it's not the loan officer. Um, oh, the people that come and inspect the houses. What do you call those people? I can't even think. My brain is asleep right now because I know I got caught up with that woman when she did my house. Um, I know she lowballed me because she didn't like me from the get go. Because I when she not gonna do because I never had anybody come. I've done refinancing before, and no one's ever actually come to the house, and nobody told me she was coming to the house. So I was like caught up. God, I was working and everything. I was like, I was not in a good mood. So anyway, I used to talk about all the things I would buy if I won a lottery. And I talk about how I can use it to set up an off-grid homestead. I couldn't do off-grid homestead. I could not. I got to be close to stuff. When I went to North Carolina to where the Biltmore Estate is and all those mountains and people live in those mountains, I'm like, so what happens if somebody gets sick up there? Like, who's gonna come up there and rescue them and stuff? They like you are on your own. So I guess people when they die, they just bury them in the backyard. I don't know. Can't remember the other. In too lazy. Google right. Why you call Google lazy? I love Google. That's because I got Google stock too. Only have one share, but that share is pretty. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just like what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. He's got a monopoly going on, and I'm on all of his monopoly websites too. So yeah, I said, the wealth disparity in America is so huge, so huge. It's just ridiculous. And the sheep are following. I went to the grocery the other day. The self-checkout line was halfway to the back of the store. I know. I walked right up to the line with a person checking out with no way. I went into to Target today. I looked to see how many lights were on for people to check out. I think there were two or three. And as I'm walking there, all the people going right over to that self checkout. I said, my idea of self checkout is supposed to be fast. I'm shocked when I see people with a full basket, no, cart, a full cart of groceries checking themselves out. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not weighing anything. I'm not looking up what it is and putting it in. That's what people get paid to do. And if we keep following those sheets following each other, yep, we're gonna walk in the stores and there's gonna be no employees there except for the security guard. Period. I know Costco has an. I think on is it Costco's app or is it Whole Foods? Because Whole Food is owned by Amazon. But I think Costco has that. It's on their app that you can scan everything you want and go out the door. But you can't go out the door because there's somebody that's going to stop you anyway. Yep, it's going to just be the security guard and the people in the store. My heart is big. but my wallet is small, so I buy from Amazon. She ain't a deal. I do feel guilty though. These other craft places are so high. They are because you have to really buy when it's on sale. Because I tried not to buy anything unless it's on sale, and then sometimes when it's on sale, it's still higher than if you went to Wally World. I'm on a Mojo recovery project. Ooh, lap blanket and garter stitch. I never heard that stitch before. The weather hurts my bones. Oh, my purchases are pretty much limited to food. Cookies are delicious. I hear you. Mm, I have the garter stitch. Anybody else know the garter stitch? Is that a crochet stitch? Because I don't know the garter stitch. I don't shop at Hobby Lobby and I don't eat at Chick-fil-A either. You know, I can't stand Hobby Lobby, and it's right here in my neighborhood. Right here. I could walk, well, when I used to walk, for real walk, I could walk right on it because it's right next door to Target. And today I was curious about their cotton yarn because I see like Yolanda of My Pretty Brown Doll. One of her videos, her ballerina doll. She used My Pretty Brown. I mean my what is it called? I love this yarn. I love this cotton yarn or whatever it's called, something like that. So I was curious about it because I've been trying out different um, yarns for my dolls to see which one I like the best. And so far, what is it? Azul, Azal, something like that. I got from Mr. Amazon, but it was a good price because you get 5 little balls for like $16. One of them was $20. But if you bought that from Turkey, you pay that big old shipping fee. So I went with Mr. Amazon. But so I went over there and I went in. I was like, okay, let me go look. So I picked up 2 browns and 2 khakis, I think, something like that. I just picked up 2 of those just to try them out. But yeah, I avoid them and I avoid Chick-fil-A. I don't like their food anyway, so it's not a big avoidance for me. The only thing that I like from Chick-fil-A is that spicy chicken thing, and they're right in my neighborhood too, and I don't go to them either. Appraiser, yes, that's them. The Appraiser. 97% of them are white in America. Something is wrong with that picture. I was like, what? That's crazy. And then, like they said, 98% of the wealth in America is a white man. 98% of the wealth. Well, we know it because all these big companies, it's like, how is it? There's so many ways that they block people from doing things like that. That's why. Hmm, who is that? Patricio Manuel. Who's that? Is that the person? Oh, is that the person you were talking about? Oh, okay. So what was the event? Oh yeah, the oh, is that the MMA fighter? I met a MMA. Well, he was not somebody that was big, but that's what he was doing. I couldn't. I'm sure she was offended. Melanie eBay has cheap craft supplies. Not sure they're back. Speaking of eBay, last week I was talking about how ridiculous um, Etsy um, fees are. So then I was thinking, I said, let me see what eBay fees are. eBay off the top starts at 13.25. Off of the top, they taking 13.25% of your sale. I was like, whoa. Mm-mm. Gone eBay. Me either, Lori, except Hobby Lobby clearance. And then I feel okay because they aren't profiting as much and I'm broke. So yeah, that Hobby Lobby has been in my neighborhood for I don't know how many years. And I think I've been in there, I can probably count it on one hand how many times I've been there. The first time I went in, I really didn't want to go, but they had closed my Michaels. I was like, man, and I didn't feel like driving all the way to Joann's. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna suck it up and go in there because I wanted some my Mod Podge. And I was like, I'm like looking at them, when did they close the Michaels? Didn't even know. They didn't send out any flyers saying come to this sale. So I was upset. So I had to go. I went for that, and then I went in there another time to buy some cotton, what do you call it? The crochet thread. And I went in there again. Oh, I went. So I've probably been in there more than just 5 times because I went in there to buy the canvas bags too. I used to shop eBay for craft supplies, machine, and Timo has beat them out for safety. Really? Okay, now you're gonna have me going looking at safety eyes. The beads and stuff. I don't need another bead on the button and nothing. I got wait. I thought I had cleaned out my little craft room, and I had so much stuff in my um um family room of all my projects that I was working on. That was all my whips and stuff. I pulled out all my beads and stuff. I was like, oh my God, I gotta put this stuff away. I dragged my whips back in here. They're all in the bags. I have so many bags around me, it's ridiculous. And then I have all the beads out in the garage with all the other overflow of yarn that I have. I'm like, I gotta do something about this. I'm never gonna get a man because he's not gonna have any place to be in this house. I'm not doing self checkout unless I get a discount. Is my stance because they are saving money. So I should be able to as well. Yeah, because I don't work for them. So why am I checking my? That's how I feel about it. I don't work for you. I'm not doing my self checkout. Now I'll go over to the bank because I don't have much of a choice with the bank now these days. But I'm with Wells Fargo, another crook, and they are open on Saturdays. So if I wanted to go inside, I could go inside. But and plus their hours are later too, so I could always go inside the bank if I wanted to. But they've made these. How long have ATMs been around? At least 2 decades, probably. Let me see. I'm a product of people who immigrated from Poland after World War One, lived through Depression, were sharecroppers and fur trappers. Ooh, I think off-grid homesteading is in. No, my grandmother lived out in the woods um, for I don't know when my aunt finally got her like into the housing for the elderly people. All the old folks lived like in this little U-shaped area. But she and my granddaddy lived out in them doggone woods as long as I could remember as a child. Hated, hated it, hated it. No running water, no toilet, no. I hated it. Couldn't stand going to visit. My aunt, although they lived in a house, they had an outhouse. Oh, I couldn't stand it. I was like, ooh, when those holidays were over, I mean those summer times when we had to go visit them, I was so happy to come back to flushing toilets and showers. So I knew from there that off the grid and living off the land and even when I was a Girl Scout, I learned that I really didn't like being out in the woods. And then when I went into the Army, it really solidified it for me. Like, girl, you know you didn't like this as a Girl Scout. Now you got to do this in the Army? Hmm. So no, I got to be in the city. Oh, it's a knit stitch. Okay. I don't know knitting. I can't take up another craft. Knitting in garter stitch is knits on both sides. Ooh, no pearls. It comes out soft and squishy. That sounds interesting. So you knit on both sides. I'm still trying to do the what's that stitch that I can't stand? Tunisian. I'm still trying to like it. I don't like it because it's so close to knitting for me. I like looking at knitted stuff. It's just not something I want to do. Gigi, are you going to purchase 2 furls and get 5? No, ma'am. Furls cost too much money. I didn't even know they had that deal. The furls that I do have are still in the box. I sold my metal one because it was too heavy, and when I used it, it gave me pain. And I wanted a what's that one? Um, the Odyssey, but I kept hearing, conflicting reviews on it. But everybody said it was heavy. So after I got that metal one, I was like, no, I'm not going to get the Odyssey because I already know I can't do these heavy hooks. I'm a clover girl. I love my clovers. I'll send you a couple sources resources for cotton yarn for the cam hooks. What's the cam hooks? Ooh, I feel so not knowledgeable. Is Elizabeth doing a similar blanket but diagonal? Ooh, every other row. I do one M1 after 2 stitch and one M1 and third last stitch. Ooh, I don't know what that is. I'm a vegetarian, but my family isn't. They eat at a certain Chick-fil-A though, because my ex-student owns it. Oh, we got to support him, and he is a black man, which is very rare. You mean Chick-fil-A? But I gave Chick-fil-A much respect, although they're closed on Sundays. When they had that shooting in Orlando, they fed those people on a Sunday. And I said, I have to respect them. At least they saw the need and they provided it. And I think that's like there's no Chick-fil-A. I just don't like. I think it was Lori. Somebody told me that they like pickle their chicken because it's got an odd taste to me. And Kentucky Fried, not Kentucky. What is it? I prefer Popeyes, but Popeyes is like on the other side of town, and I'm not gonna drive that far for chicken. I'll just cook my own. Transpired. Yeah, yeah. I finally figured it out after I read it. That's interesting. I didn't even know there was one. Capitalism exploiting people to keep the wealthy wealthy, but the triggers to many folks swallowing the fake American dream. Yes, because that is a fake. Because if there was a true American dream, everybody would be equal across the board. There would not be a 97% of appraisers that are all white. It wouldn't be 90% of the wealth is all white. It would be a true American dream, but that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Every country has somebody that they have their foot on their throats and not letting them get to their full potential. Melanie, I get that. I have tons of students who I support, even if I generally wouldn't buy the stuff. Yeah, if I knew, I do that too. I support people that in my real life I wouldn't, because like I went to the event with the that group of the Christian women. I went to that event. I just went so I could see what they do, how they celebrate. Because they've been together 10 years. Because my friend invited me to their first one of their first event, and I was like, wow, it's been 10 years since then. I didn't realize it'd been that long. But but I was like, no, I don't do the Christian based things because I'm gonna say something and they're gonna look at me with the side eye and say, mm-hmm. That is why I need to win a lot. You got to have money, enough money to make the water, toilets, yeah, AC to work. Like, yeah, you definitely got to win. Has anybody won the line? I bought the tickets like last week. I didn't even check to see. I haven't even paid attention to the news to know if anybody has won it. The light color wooden hooks. No, I'm not purchasing any more of them. I go on their things just to listen to what they say. But I think this week I was really trying to work so I wouldn't be so behind on the weekend. So I haven't really watched anybody's real videos. They're going to discontinue the camp. They always discontinuing hooks. They always streamline hooks. Yeah, the furls are streamline hooks. Yeah, yeah, they brine the chicken and pickle. Yeah, that's why it has a weird taste. Yes, Lord, solar could be a real option if money wasn't an issue. Yeah, they have there's one I think only well, I know there's probably more, but I see one house in our neighborhood that has solar panels on the house. And it seems to be something crooked in Florida about the solar panels because you're supposed to be at like a zero net to have to pay Florida Power and Light for your electricity. But Florida Power and Light, like, no, you still gonna pay us. You may not pay what you used to pay, but you still gonna pay us something. So I don't know. I never looked into it. And even if I got the hurricane windows or whatever they call them, I would still put my shutters up because I don't want to see something flying towards me. I don't trust those windows as much as somebody else might trust them. I don't want to look out. I don't want to see the hurricane going by, the tornado or whatever. I don't want to see it. I want to be boarded up in my house with my hurricane shutters up in the dark. And when I don't hear that loud wind, then I'll check it out. We have it's alligator mating season, and there is a park over near where I live. I've never been I've never been in the park itself. I went one time when my daughter was little. I went there. They had an Easter egg hunt, so that's the only time I've been actually in the park. Because I usually just went to their little rec center because my daughter did dance classes there. I took a belly dancing class. Did it? Yeah, I think I took the belly can. Yeah, that's where I took the belly dancing class at. They have little stuff like that at the little rec center or whatever it's called. But I never been like into the park, and I didn't realize they had like a lake over there and stuff. Well, some lady decided she was gonna let her little dog hop into the water and swim, and don't you know a gator got it? The gators are everywhere now because it's mating season for them. Some man got bit by a gator um, at a golf course, which I'm not surprised because I've seen plenty of things on the news where the gators are out at the golf courses. I don't golf anymore because my knee is bad and I can't twist it like that anymore. But there's one golf course that I used to go to. The iguanas were everywhere. I couldn't stand it. I hated that golf course. But because of the water and all these iguanas, when I was taking my daughter to work today, one skinny one was and I was gonna run over him, but I was too scared to because I said, "What if I don't get him and he goes into my car or something?" I just stopped. My daughter's like, "Just run over him." I was like, "Mm-mm, I can't. I can't." So he moved, but oof. But I was like, "Why would you let your dog jump into the water?" And of course, she was the strongest elderly lady. I felt bad, but you got to think. You just can't let little animals. That's definitely food for the gators. Some of my hubby's family is conservative and super religious, support the Oompa Loompas. Hubby plays defense for them. What? He knows I will hurt their feelings, so he will tell me ignore them. I listen. I don't even know if I could have before you could have conversations with them, but now some of these people have gone to the extreme crazy. Are stupid right in front of them. Some of them are stupid right. Yes, I would. I would definitely. They would be like, "You need to get this chick out of my face." I would be. They would be so done with me. Every time they said something stupid, I would have to have a rebuttal for them. Stupid people have to be checked. Yeah, just can't keep it. And it's not like they have it's their belief. It's ingrained in them that they believe this ridiculous stuff. That's what bugs me. It's like their brains never went past first grade. I don't know. And when you leave your corner of the world and you go out and you see that there's other people in the world. If I get hit by a car and you get hit by a car, we both gonna bleed the same red blood. We both gonna have to need the same care. The only thing different is the color of our skin. We might have other things that, we eat different foods, we dress differently, but we're first human beings, period. Uh, I'm very, very, very glad that um, my parents aren't closed off, small-minded people, and we were um, able to have friends of all different races if they were around. Our neighbors were white. We had one white family on one side, a Cuban family on the other side. We had white friends, we had black friends, Hispanic. I was like, it doesn't matter. That's how you learn about the world when you put yourself out there and you see new people. Find out, oh, we do have this in common. Eh, Them other people, I don't know what to say about them other people. I just let them be. Yeah, maturity and humanity. When I see all the hangings that went on, and that it is still legal. It is still legal to lynch. That's the one thing I learned from Joseph, not Joseph. I want to call her Josephine, but the Billie Holiday story. They start out with in 1937, a bill was introduced to eliminate to make lynching illegal or something like that, and it says it did not pass. And when the movie ends, I think it says in 2020 or 20 sometime recently, the bill was introduced to make lynching illegal. It did not pass. That tells you the state of America. I said, I cannot. I just cannot. I'm always scared for my daughter because she's such the she talks to anybody. She has she doesn't have those spiny things happening to her like they do to me, and I'm always scared that she's gonna end up with the wrong crowd and they're gonna do something to her because she is so mm, she doesn't she's not a she doesn't put her defenses up. Like I my defenses are up when I'm like, am I in the right place? Who are these people? What are they doing? She doesn't have that. I always tell her that. She goes off with her friends. I said, be careful. Don't do what they do. If it's wrong, don't do it. Because they're gonna get away with it. You're not. I know she thinks I'm crazy. She thinks, oh, this old lady doesn't know anything. Yeah, I watch the news too much. I grew up next to the projects, and sadly, there was plenty of friends to play with of all races as a child. Yes, that's what makes life fun. When was I in high school? I don't remember this girl's name. It was one of my white friends. I can't remember her name. It's been so long. Jeez. But she came over and we were having dinner and we were having black eyed peas. And she had never had black eyed peas. And she's like, why is it black there? I said, they're black eyed peas. And she's like, mm. So who knows? She probably loves them now. And when you think about what we ate the scraps from what was given to our ancestors. So that's what they ate. And pretty much that's what we eat now. That's why we have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease runs rampant in our community. Not to mention, we are so not mobile like we used to be. I did not start really gaining weight until I took a sit down job. Because as long as I was working in the hospital, running up and down those halls, I was in good shape. Took that sit down job, started gaining weight, blood pressure went up. Still doing a sit down job, gain more weight, then my A1C goes up. But now it's down because I told my doctor, I said, no, we're going to lose this weight. I am not adding diabetes to my list of things. No, sir, got to get up and move. Not said about all the races, just so many kids in poverty. Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very sad to see. And it's like, um, it's a hamster wheel. I told my daughter, I said, when when you are behind the eight ball, it is so hard to get in front of it. You grow up in poverty, no every chance that you have to get out of your situation, there's another barrier to keep you in that situation. I said, people, if they have a car, they have an accident, they can't get the car fixed, then they have to take the bus. And in Florida, the transportation system is not set up like big cities like New York and Chicago and places like that. My neighborhood, the bus doesn't even run on Sundays down our main place. So if you have a job and that you need to work up and down this way, you better be Ubering it or whatever. If you go and the young boys, I had jury duty once. They had these young boys all clanked up together, marching them into the courthouse. And I just shook my head. I said, look at that. Because once you in that system, it is almost impossible to get out of it. Because every little thing you do puts you right back in it. And yeah, they do some bad things, and but it's the little things that keep them in it because it's so hard to get out of it. I, but I've always wanted to be able to do some do something good for these young kids. I thought about being a big sister, but I knew I didn't have the time for it, and I couldn't. My daughter drove me straight crazy, so I knew I was like, nope. If she rattled my nerves, I know I can't deal with somebody else that's not even my child. Now I don't want no child to be in a situation where I'm going to be like not in the mood for this. No, Uber by far is not cheap, especially if you have to do it on a regular basis. So all your little monies you make, and don't get sick. Oh my God, do not get sick. Being sick is the biggest reason for a lot of people being bankrupt. Now they say they can't do that. I'm like, please, let me have some blood work done. How many times are they gonna send me that bill until I pay it? And the doctor's offices, you can't even be seen until you pay that up front. But I'm definitely gonna be seeing they when they talked about those immigrants leaving Florida, going to Georgia and other places, I was like, y'all going from the from the frying pan to the fire. But I guess they don't have those stupid laws them asking all these dumb questions. So they can probably work, do their constructions, and there's plenty of agriculture in Georgia as well. Yep, Rhonda is cutting off his nose to spite his face, but that's what he does. He doesn't care. As long as he got the people behind him doing his dirty work, he all right. Uber was getting half my pay. Ooh, at one point, waiting for my car. Ooh, ooh. That Uber, another crooked company. Ah, they have so many problems with Uber. They can keep Uber. Ooh, y'all had me on here for 2 hours. Chewing my chop. Also, you can get some of your dolls' tennis shoes and other small doll shoes on T. You're gonna have me perusing. I'll do perusing Timu. Shein, whatever they call. They're already in trouble. Let me see if Timo popped up because Google hears everything, and next thing you know, they be telling all your business like, "Oh, you want something from them? Let me show you." They had another mass shooting in Georgia today. Man killed 4 people, 3 men and a woman. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, they finally got the man in Kentucky, the one that escaped. This is his second time escaping. They were talking about that coach, the gymnastics. Oh no, was he a coach or a doctor? Doctor. He's a doctor. He got stabbed in prison, and they were like, "What? How did that happen?" Because those guards are watching everything these criminals are doing. I worked at the jail for 2 months. It was the worst 2 months of my life. I'm like, no, y'all can keep this all together. Okay, yeah, I got Timu's app. I forgot about that. Let me see what she talking about, y'all trying to get me in trouble. I'm gonna have to put up a um oh, what is it called when you asking for money? What is it? Oh, I can't even think. Melanie trying to get me in trouble. My mom was a single mom that wanted to offer stability, so she bought the only house she could afford. Cheapest houses in our town were next to the projects, and she had to get government assistance. Yeah, I definitely just to afford food. Yeah, and that's the other thing. They want to make people that are on food stamps must be actively looking for a job. I said, do they not realize how many people that get food stamps work? It's the I said they so friggin' rich and so far removed from the average person that they put all these stupid laws in to try to hurt people, but don't realize that majority of these people that are getting food stamps is because they can't afford the food even though they have a full-time job and sometimes two or three jobs. That stuff irritates me to no end. Oh, Sheen put in. Sheen put in shoes for dolls. Okay, on Temu, do I put in or is it Sheen? So I need to go to them. I've never gone to them. Do they have an app? Because if they have an app, then that means I could probably get a real cheap deal. Oh yeah, I forgot I ordered my little stickers from Temu. That was the first thing I ordered from Temu. Those little stickers that says "Thank you for supporting my small business" or something like that. I think it says. Let me see. Oh, shoes for dolls. Shoes. Not for folks, for dolls. Oh, they got some cute ones. They got high heels and everything. Yeah, they cute. Is it for one? Is it just one? Let me open up one of these things. So cute. 'Cause if it's just for one, that's not it. Yeah, I have to buy a whole bunch of them. I want a bulk deal. They are so cute. Oh, look at those. Oh, they're so cute. All right, I'm gonna get off of that. Trying to get me in trouble, Melanie. Hey, EJ's daughter, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Let me see. Hey, Gigi and everyone weaving in ends on hats this afternoon. Oh, okay. Well, how is the weather while you weaving in ends? Yeah, yeah, I'm needing me a GoFundMe account. Ah, oh, for both of them. Okay. I've never done the Shein. I'm trying to remember where do I even see it when I see it. Oh, I do this. I play this crazy game on my computer, and I'm on level 22, but it's so hard to get to level 22. But it's called Blossom, and it like drops down all these different flowers and stuff, and you have to put three of them together, and I'm always messing up. But I see Shein all the time when I'm playing that. A lot of years, my mom worked two jobs. Yeah, my mom, when my mom and daddy wanted to get their house, my daddy was a welder, but my mom was a maid, and she worked at this place, this factory at night. So she worked or did her maid work in the daytime, and then she worked that job at night. So between them, the two of them, three jobs in order to buy their house. Ain't no joke. Sheen has an app too. Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble. Tebow has the best shoes though. But it's only one. I gotta buy a whole bunch of them to get. Oh, these are roller skates. That is too cute. Oh, these are real. These are some real like loafers. Mm, yeah. Oh, they got some boots. Ah, do my little cowgirl. All right now. Mm. They got some rain shoes. Oh my goodness. See now you going me got me down the rabbit hole. Oh, look at these shoes. These shoes from for all the little girl. Oh, they got some boots. All right now. Like Timberlands. Not quite Timberlands, but they kind of like Timberlands. And some sandals. Oh, oh Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Everything. Okay, so let me go look up Sheen Play Store. Mm, I'm gonna get off of here before Melanie gets me into more trouble, more trouble, more trouble. Plus, my belly is growling. My food is. I have. What you having for dinner, Miss Lori? One of my students let me read his poetry. One stanza said, "They tell me to pull myself up by my bootstraps." That crap. Guess they forgot they made illegal for me to have boots. Ooh. All right now. He is on his way. Keep that poetry going. It's crazy. I can't stand that. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Well, I don't have no bootstraps. What am I gonna do now? Weather is good. Colorado, drinking tea. I text you. Why are you trying to get me in trouble, Melanie? No, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. I'm working toward becoming a well. Oh, are you? I tell you, my daddy made pretty good money as a welder. He only worked for a little company, so I can't even imagine if he worked for a bigger company. But he got tired of them calling him the N word. So he got into a fight with one of the dudes. He said that was going to be the last time somebody's going to call him that. And he kicked his behind and he quit. And that was, woo! My daughter will be 29 this year. So it's been either 29 or 30 years since he last worked. And I was like, oh my God, here I am. I'm so conditioned that we got to have jobs and stuff. But he had whatever funds that they had set up at that company got him up until he because he's legally blind, so he went through the process and got his SSI benefits, and then when he turned 65, he got his Medicare and Medicaid, Medicare and Social Security. So he was smart about his money. He's definitely smart about his money, much smarter than me. Because I'm like I keep talking about retiring, but this debt I got, I told you, girl. I know. They so cute. And Brianna's talking about close that app. Girl, I just closed it. I did close it. But I'm gonna go to that other one to see what they got. I am just broadening your creativity. Yep, because I might be tempted because they're so cute. Those shoes are so cute. Because I do have my glasses somewhere. I bought those cowrie shells from Angela eons ago when we had that last sale. I think when you and her, yeah, well, I think all of us were on, but anywho, I have no idea where I have the little bag that they came in because I really like that little bag, and I took them out of that bag, but I don't know where I did with them because I was like, oh, I can put cowrie shells on this dress that I was making. I was like, well, where are the cowrie shells? They're in here somewhere. Where I don't know. Yeah, your student is definitely on his way to some good old poetry. We should see that. I want to see more of what the whole thing. I had leftovers, roast beef, roasted carrots, salad, and raspberry with cream. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna get me some monies together and I'm gonna pop up at the Armstrong house and sit at dinner table. My daughter, I follow. Oh, oh, I can't even think of the name of his YouTube channel. What a wise something. Oh, I can't think of his YouTube channel, but he cooks all kinds of things. I think he lives in Iowa, but he made. I love peaches. Love peaches. He made a peach cake, a upside down peach cake, and I don't like to bake. I don't like putting all that together and stuff. My daughter loves to bake. She took that after her daddy. So when I saw the recipe, I showed her the video. I said, this is what I want. So she went out. I said, you need to go over to Target and pick up all the ingredients. And she made it yesterday. Oh, it's delicious. That will be my dessert tonight. And I don't normally do desserts with my meals, but I'm going to do dessert with that. Delicious. It's not overly sweet. It's just enough sweet to it. I said, oh, we should have gotten vanilla ice cream. We still haven't gotten the vanilla ice cream. It'll be gone before we get the vanilla ice cream because I'm not really an ice cream person. But I can still get some like almond milk vanilla ice cream because I don't buy Haagen-Dazs is like the only ice cream that I really enjoy and it doesn't bother me because I have lactose intolerance. So on Amazon they have mini shells with holes in them. Temu and Shein do also. Yeah, I just gotta find because these don't have holes in them. They're just good for putting on something. I wonder if they're in that. What's in that bag over there? I don't know what I did with them. I'm gonna look for them though. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let me see. Hey Gigi and everyone in the chat. Hey Aisha, how are you today? Well, I'm getting ready to get off of here because I've been on almost 2.5 hours and I left my food on simmer. So I hope that's not burning right now. I'm gonna go enjoy my little, oh, I made me some curry chicken and rice, and I might have a little salad with that, and then my peach upside down cake. That's gonna be my dinner. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna go overboard because I'm getting this weight down. When my friend and I came back from the cruise, I know a lot of my, not a lot, but some of the weight was water weight because I just like blew up while I was on that ship. I was like, I can't believe I'm retaining all of this water. But I did. And now, since then, and that was in April, and we're in July. So I'm down 10 pounds from when we came from the cruise. But I know at least 2 or 3 of them was water weight. So I say I'm down 8 pounds. Oh no, not the food. I hope it's not burning in there. But I'm going to get off. I thank you all for joining me. It's been fun. I got some stuff off my chest about this messed up country we live in. Um, Lori, I hope you share some more of that his poem, because it sounds like he was on the definitely speaking some good language. And I'm gonna peruse Shin, but I'm gonna keep my card off of their site. They can't have my card. I'm just gonna look at it a little bit. But I want some. Those shoes are so cute. I think I need to look at those shoes. What is this that's open? This, and I got five. Oh, is that Fandango? I don't know what that is, but I got 5 messages. I don't know what that is. Oh no, that was played. That must be some uploads I need to do. I mean, not uploads. You have a great night as well. Everybody have a great night. I will see you all on my next live or my next video. I got to delete some stuff in order to do a video. But until then, I will see you all. Everybody stay safe and keep crocheting. Bye-bye. I see you, Melanie, to my do it, do it, do it. The shoes, the bows, earrings are great. Yeah, I guess I bet if I want to continue to work on dolls and stuff, I guess I need to do some accessories because, as I said, hopefully in 5.5 years, I'll be retired.